I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of the Syrian Arab Republic.
Thank you, President. Mr. President, this summit is an important opportunity to take stock of our common work and of what has been achieved towards the future we seek, which meets the aspirations of our peoples, which allow us to fulfill the pledges of the UN Charter in maintaining international peace and security, in saving succeeding generations from the scourge of war, in strengthening ties of cooperation and friendly relations among states, and upholding basic human rights. The ongoing Israeli occupation of Arab territories in Palestine, Syria, and Lebanon, and the persistence of the occupation powers to commit crimes of genocide, ethnic cleansing, and the ongoing acts of aggression against Palestine and Lebanon and against my country, Syria, represent an unacceptable grave violation of international law, of the principles and purposes of the UN Charter, and of all the human and civilizational norms and values. They also represent a major obstacle hindering our access to the common future we seek. Hence the need to unite our efforts as a United Nations and to intensify them to confront the aggression, end it immediately, and end the Israeli occupation of Arab territories. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, the future for the sake of which we convene this summit should witness a radical change, a change that serves our member states and all our peoples. This future requires some Western countries to abandon the mentality of the past and their ambitions of hegemony and colonialization. They should cease attempting to impose their will on other peoples and respect their independent national choices and their civilizational and cultural specificities. For years now, some Western countries have implemented policies aiming at depriving the Syrians from their future, at undermining their national choices, at depriving them from their national wealth and development achievements, besieging them through unilateral coercive measures, which are illegal measures. However, the Syrian people, with their rich human and civilizational heritage, is determined to move forward and build their future with their free will without allowing any external parties to dictate their agendas and their visions for the future of Syria. Mr. President, my country, Syria, looks forward to a future based on dialogue and diplomacy, on promoting multilateral action, on upholding the principles of the Charter and the rule of law on the international level, a future free from occupation, hegemony ambitions, terrorism, and UCMs, and free from the collective punishment of peoples. Hence the need to take immediate, serious measures to develop multilateral mechanisms and structures, and to reinforce them to strengthen real participation away from the policies of exclusion and from the narrow interests of some Western states. My country, Syria, joins the other states calling for the reform of global financial institutions to guarantee the participation of developing countries in the international economic decision-making process, to address the global debt crisis, and to provide the financial support and resources as well as the ODAs necessary to implement the 2030 Agenda. The current status of the SDG indicators at the international level calls for strengthening our joint efforts and for promoting international development cooperation away from politicization to guarantee that developing countries can access modern technologies to achieve tangible results, to improve these indicators within the remaining timeline, and to fulfill the slogan of leaving no one behind. Thank you, President.
I thank the distinguished representative of the Syrian Arab Republic.